Greetings, Cougar Hoops Nation, and welcome to another edition of Cougar Hoops Insider. I'm your host, Ryan Cottingham, and we are blessed today to have our 5 incoming freshmen with us, and we get to spend some time, and you'll get a chance to get to know them a little bit better. The rest of our guys are in exams this week, so they're trying to finish up, and I know they're pretty excited to put a wrap on another year. Hard to believe how quick they seem to come and go, and so let's dive right in, you guys. I want you just to introduce yourself, your name, your hometown, your high school, and then what did you do for your mom for Mother's Day? And so name, hometown, high school, what you did for your mom for Mother's Day. Mike Grant, let's start with you, man.
I'm Mike Grant from Cincinnati, Ohio. I went to Walnut Hills High School down here. Basically, I've been here my whole life, grew up here. And for Mother's Day, I got my mama some flowers, and I got some good stuff out to eat. Jay Alexander's over here is pretty good, so got her that.
Nice. Did you say what high school? Did you mention it?
Yeah, Walnut Hills High School.
Okay. Enrollment of what?
I'll say about, it's a lot. I'll say about 3,000, maybe 4,000.
Well, we're excited to have another Buckeye on the squad. I know TK from Medina is happy that he's no longer the lone Ranger from Ohio. What about you, Trey Follis?
I'm Trey Follis from Camden Frontier High School. It's in Michigan. And for Mother's Day, my dad and I worked on a project for my mom. And we put it outside. And we also had the whole family to come over and had like a big dinner.
Oh, so you broke the rules, man, the quarantine. Were you under 10 people, or are you just a rebel?
We had under 10. There was 9 there.
All right. Oh, yeah, no, I got you. What about you, Hayden?
Hayden Jones. I'm from Kennewood, Indiana. I went to East Noble High School. But for Mother's Day, we just we went to my grandma's, had a nice family dinner.
Great. Davion?
Davion Bowler from Jackson, Michigan. I attended Jackson High School. For Mother's Day, I got my mom flowers, candles, a card, and then we made dinner.
Did you make it or did she?
She made it.
Was it good?
Yeah, it was.
What was it?
It was a lot. We had roast, baked macaroni, stuffing, mashed potatoes, and so some dessert.
You think we can do a team dinner at your house sometime?
Probably.
Yeah, I'd like that. Sounds good. Dylan? Hey, you got to unmute yourself.
I'm Dylan Stafford. I'm from Muncie, Indiana. I went to Muncie Central High School. And for Mother's Day, I made my mom a card. I make her like a handmade card every year. She loves those. And we got some Mexican takeout.
Nice. Can't complain about that. Good stuff. Mike, this whole coronavirus, the way senior year has wrapped up, and who knows if there'll actually be graduation, prom. How have you processed it? What has it been like for you, Mike?
It's been weird because I didn't get the closure I wanted. I didn't get to do all the activities. You know, we all have seniors at the end. We have a senior send off. We have our own senior pranks that we do on staff and so on. So I didn't get to do all that, but it's life and it's a lesson learned through all this. So I'm just taking advantage of that and just learning from everything that's going on right now.
Great things. Like Trey?
Yeah, Mike hit on it like with the closure part. Like I told my mom the other day, like I didn't really understand what closure was until this hit. So it's been sort of weird through that. And also like with the end of the year things for seniors, it's been weird not doing that because that's what I was looking forward to. But hopefully we'll be able to do some of that stuff as time goes on.
For sure. Hayden?
Yeah, it's pretty much the same as Mike and Trey. Just missing out on like the big stuff, like prom and that kind of stuff. And we do this thing at East Noble where you get to walk around like your elementary school for a day. and see like all your old teachers. And I'm gonna miss doing that because that would have been pretty cool.
Davion?
Yeah, all the activities, all the senior prank stuff, I'm gonna miss out on. But I'm taking advantage of all the open time I got, working out, doing all this stuff, getting extra sleep.
Right, right. What time you getting out of bed, D?
Oh man, if we didn't have a meeting, I probably got out of bed at 3.
Oh boy. Oh boy. I shouldn't have asked that. Dylan, what about you?
It's pretty much the same thing. Just missing out on all those like big events that we otherwise would have got to have, graduation and all that. And it's crazy because we really thought we were gonna like come back after like 2 weeks, like the Friday they sent us home, and then that ended up being our like last day of school ever. So,
Yeah. Strange. Yeah,
crazy.
very, very
Yeah.
surreal, no question. Mike, you guys share with us what your nickname is, if you have a nickname, and then a highlight from your high school career, your high school athletic career, be it basketball or another sport.
I don't really have any nickname. I was been Mike G. Because there's so many Mikes, so I just had the little initial at the end. But I don't know. High school was very fun. Senior year, we had a lot of experiences, but we did have this one game winner from full court that I'm always remember. To win this game, it was like end of the fourth quarter. We ended up getting a block, and then one of my underclassmen got the ball and just cheaped it down the court and ended up making it. And then everybody just stormed the court. Like I'm always remember that game.
How far was the shot? It was like a half quarter or further than
It was
that?
about like 3/4. He shot like from the free throw line, so from the opposite free throw line. So it was pretty far.
That's awesome. That's awesome. What about you, Trey?
I have a nickname that a coach in Fort Wayne gave to me. His name's Coach Brewer, but since my hair's red, he called me the Red Mamba. So that's kind of stuck since like 4th grade. And memories in high school sports, I'd say I hit a game winner against one of our rivals against Pittsford. So that was probably one of my top ones. And also going to state for high jump was really fun too.
Awesome. Awesome. Red Mamba. All right. What about you, Hayden?
My favorite memory from high school sports, probably from football actually. We went to state this year for 4A in Indiana, and it's pretty cool. Like after every game, like in the tournament, like you have semi-state, you got state. Every time we win, everybody stormed the field, like all the students, parents, and everything. So that's probably my favorite part.
You
I don't got
Nick, no nickname down there, Hayden? All right.
No.
All right. D?
My nickname around here is B-Bone or Debo or Bone. Like they just make up names for me. But my memory from high school was basketball. Hit 2 tie the game and takes in double overtime against Ypsilanti High, and then we ended up winning by 6.
You said D-Bowl or D-Bone or?
Yeah, it's really B-Bone, but people just pronounce it wrong, say Debo and Bebo.
Okay. What was it like playing against Amani Bates and guarding him, D?
I mean, it took a lot of energy, but like at the end of the day, you just gotta stay in front of him, just don't let him attack the right side.
So he's the #1 rated player in the country as a sophomore, right? Was the Gatorade National Player of the Year. Is he, in your opinion, is he worthy of those accolades?
I mean, he works for it. Like, he achieved them, but I think Jalen is probably better. Jalen Green.
Oh boy, oh boy, you're gonna stir that one up, Dylan.
My nickname is D Staff or just Dill Pickle, and my favorite memory was probably in the regular season we had lost to one of our like conference rivals, Richmond. They're about like the same size city as us, like small city. So it's all like, and we've been playing against each other since like 1st grade, like the same teams, the same guys, and they had beat us in the regular season. But then on like a last second layup, and then we met them in the sectional semifinals, and we were able to win by like 8 or 10, I think. But that was probably my favorite memory from this year, just being able to get them back.
Awesome. Now, one of our former assistant coaches here at Spring Arbor is the head coach at Cowan High School, south of you. Have you ever scrimmaged or played against Cowan? Are you familiar with them? When I talked to Coach Ingles the other day, I brought up your name, and he's very familiar with who you are, and had nothing but high praise for you, Dylan.
Yeah, Cowan, they got this big dude named Riley Duncan. He's like 6'11" or something like that. Yeah, we ought to recruit him.
Well, I was just going to say we're going to put your mom on him down there. Need a little bit of help, right?
Yeah.
I mean, she'll be all over it for sure. You're one of your most embarrassing moments, Mike. Let's start with you. What would that be? One of your most embarrassing moments?
I ain't throwing me on the spot here. I think that same game I just had mentioned, I had a chance to end it before we even got to that point. So it was like a tie game, and we were on the sidelines out of bounds play. So we have one of our guards get the ball, and I come right off of it from pinning the ball out, and I get it like on a handoff. And I had this layup, and then I was contesting, and I just had missed it, and I was just kind of sick, and I was like, man, I just felt like I just ended the whole game for us. Like, we just lost it off of me missing the layup I should have made. But, I mean, then it was just like a unreal feeling to have them hit that three-quarter shot. Like, it was crazy. So that was probably my most embarrassing moment because I just felt like I should have made it. And I felt like I let my teammates down, but we ended up winning the game. So that's all that really mattered.
If that's your most embarrassing moment, you're doing all right for yourself. No question. Trey, what about you, man?
I think my most embarrassing moment is probably my freshman year in districts. I was shooting free throws like right next to the opponent's like bench, and I airballed 2 free throws, and their whole student section was like right there, and that was not a fun time for me.
Hayden?
My most embarrassing moment was sophomore year. We're playing at Leo, big conference game. And earlier in the game, I went up and I laid it in. I thought I was gonna dunk it. So later in the game, I go up to dunk and I got rim stuffed. That's my most embarrassing moment.
Hayden, you can't. Are you one of those guys that can't dunk but thinks he can, and so then you try it and?
Yeah, pretty much, I guess.
All right. D?
All right, my most embarrassing moment was at the beginning of this year. It was beginning of the season. Every year we do this thing called Viking Night. It's where you scrimmage, have a 3-point shootout, and dunk contest. So I was in all of them. So the dunk contest, we was doing this thing like me. It was like 4 people, and then the final round was 2 people. I was in the final round with this other dude. He dunked over somebody. So I had someone stand up and have him back up a little bit. I jumped over him. They threw the oop wrong, and I tried to just scoop it from under, and I fell. I'm out back.
You didn't get hurt though.
Oh no.
D staff?
It was probably this season against Pendleton Heights. I had a like wide open fast break, or I thought it was wide open, and I went up to dunk, and then this dude came from out of nowhere, and I thought he was about to undercut me. So like the ball, like it just flew like way above the backboard out of my hand. That was pretty embarrassing.
Hey, Coach, can I mention something I just forgot? I just remembered one that was really my most embarrassing moment. I was playing AAU over this. I was like during the July period, and we was playing like this team. It was like older, I think. So like it was like more like a prep, but it might be a prep school. And I was guarding this one kid, and then he did like behind the back and then the cross, and I just remember falling. And they ended up hitting the 3. I was like, man, it's killing me. Like I couldn't believe it. I couldn't believe I let that happen. That was probably definitely the most embarrassing.
Appreciate you sharing that, Mike. How about if you guys have been watching the Jordan docu-series, when he comes back after his 18 months away playing baseball, that first game back, he has his shorts on backwards. I found that pretty fascinating, that he was nervous going back and his shorts went on the wrong way. Made me think of, I used to teach in the public schools, and I was teaching math class, and one day I went up to the board to write some things, and I had one of my students start yelling, Mr. Cottingham, you got a hole in your pants." somehow I had ripped a big old hole in the back of my pants. I had no idea. So I'm up there with my back turned to the class, and they're all just laughing at me because this big hole, and hurry up and sat down and called my wife, and she had to hustle out a pair of new trousers for me. So you got to be able to laugh at yourself from time to time, no doubt about it. Hey, speaking of Jordan, we were talking about this before we started recording. You know, all this. It's been a phenomenal series. Having grown up watching Jordan, I just have so much admiration, respect. To me, he's the all-time great. I know this generation, a lot of people are leaning towards LeBron, who's an absolute freak. I'm just curious, how would you rate the top 2, 3, 4 guys of all time? Mike, what would you how would you rate them?
For me, it's Jordan, number one, and then I follow it up with LeBron, Kobe, and I'll throw Kareem in there. I think he's really underrated because he accomplished a lot during his career, which people don't like to praise the bigs because they are 7 foot, and there's not too many people that's 7 foot. But you really can't deny everything he accomplished and he did. He just proved himself that he's the all-time winner wherever he goes. So.
Yeah, good. Trey, what about you, man?
Yeah, I got Jordan at 1. I mean, he went 6 for 6, so I don't think you can really compete with that. And then I got Bron at 2, and I got Magic at 3.
Showtime, man. That was sure fun to watch the Lakers, and Magic was really special. And of course, the fact that he's a Michigan guy, right up from Lansing and went to Michigan State. Yeah, I certainly admire all that he's accomplished. Hayden?
Mine's definitely goes Mike, then Bron, and then Kobe. I think Kobe's 3 just because he resembles Mike so much. Like, he has all the same moves, and they got kind of the same drive, the same killing them.
I was a little surprised, right? ESPN just came out with their top 10. They did like 75, and they had Kobe down at like number 9, which was interesting to me. I would have had him higher than that. What about you, D?
Kobe's my all-around favorite player, but I'll put Michael first, Kobe second, because nobody had the Kobe instinct. Like, he had the killer instinct, like, and he learned from Michael. So I'd put him second, and probably LeBron third.
All right, it's fair. It's hard to argue. D staff?
I got LeBron first, and then MJ, and then probably KD. And then I probably got Kobe after that. But I just got KD in front of him because he's like a 7-foot guard. He's literally unstoppable, I think. Like, you just gotta pray for that guy to miss.
He's certainly a freak. I mean, with that length and his skill set and shooting is impressive. Yeah. I'll be interested how the rest of his career plays out. If he goes on over the next 3, 4, 5 years and wins another title or 2, I think he certainly climbs up the ladder. And I would agree with Mike G that LeBron is a freak of freaks. I mean, his size, they list him at 250. I think he's got to be heavier than that, but he's just a specimen, man. And what he's able to do is extraordinary. But that Jordan instinct, that competitive fire that we've been able to witness through this docuseries is what I think has just so set him apart. And to your point, Debo, where that's what Kobe emulated pretty, he had that killer instinct as you referred to. So hard to argue with that. Outside of 2 questions here, outside of basketball, what do you enjoy doing? And then what do you plan to study at Spring Arbor, and with the hopes to do what long term? So what do you like to do outside of basketball, and what do you want to study to pursue a career in what long term? MG, let's go with you, man.
Things I like to do outside of basketball. I like to watch a lot of shows and movies. I'm big on that. I think it's amazing what you're able to capture on the film. And what was the second part of it, Coach?
What do you want to study at Spring Arbor, and what would you like to do after college then?
I'm gonna be majoring in psychology. I hope one day to be a psychologist. There's a lot of people out here that need help and probably need more attention than what they receive right now. So that would be my ultimate goal, is to be a psychologist after it's all said and done.
That's great, Mike. Do you have a favorite actor or actress?
No, not really. I enjoy watching them in different like if they're versatile, then I like them a lot because that just proves you could really act. Like some people could do only certain roles, but I like the more versatile people. But I don't really have a favorite.
Mike and the rest of you incoming freshmen, you have to ask my wife. There's a rumor that's gone on for years that I had an opportunity to be a professional actor in Hollywood. You'll need to confirm that with Mrs. C, though, at a later time. T. Follis, how about you, man?
Outside of basketball, I like hanging out with friends. I like binging like shows like on Netflix, like whenever I have the time to. And during quarantine, I've got into playing like ping pong a lot. So me and my neighbor, we'll get together and play a lot of ping pong. And I've tried to start learning how to golf better, but that's still a work in progress. And I'm going to Spring Arbor to study health and exercise science, and hopefully one day become something like to do with physical therapy. But I'm still looking for what I want to do.
T, and with the table tennis you brought up, there's another rumor about me being an Olympic table tennis player that you'll have to confirm that as well. Hayden, let's move right along.
Outside of basketball, I listen to a lot of music, watch movies. When it's warm, I go swimming, but it's not that warm yet. So, and then at Spring Arbor, I'm going to study communications. I want to eventually broadcast sports at some level.
Awesome. Thanks, Hayden. D?
Outside of basketball, I like hanging out with family, binge watching TV shows and everything. But I want to go to Spring Arbor. I want to go into pre-med, and long-term goal is to be a doctor.
Well, you've got a long road ahead of you, man. I'm excited about that, though. You go and make a lot of that money and be donating back to the program. We'll be down your door, D. Come on, man. What about you, D. Staff?
Outside of basketball, I just like, I don't really, because like when the gyms open back up, I know I'm being there all day. That's usually what like all I do is play basketball. But if I'm not in there, I'll probably just watch some Netflix. So find something to watch on TV. I'm undecided on my major for SAU, but I want to be something with sports, like sports marketing or like trade, something like physical therapy. But I'm not really decided on that yet.
Good. Hey, let's get ready to wrap this up, you guys. What's the best piece of advice you've been given? Mike, let's start with you.
I would say the best piece of advice I've been given was to go into every situation open-minded. I feel like if you go in and closed-minded, then you're going to get everything you should experience out of the situation. So I think that's the best advice I've been given, just to be open-minded to all situations and all outcomes.
Great. Thanks, MG. T. Follis?
Best piece of advice recently is just like live every day like it's your last. That can go into sports, just like play every game like it's your last, because you never know what's gonna happen the day ahead of you. So I mean, just give it your all that day.
How about you, Hayden?
Mine's pretty much the same as Trey. It's just every day you got to attack each day like it's the last one. So if you got to give everything you got to everything you do.
Thanks, Hayden. Davion?
Mine is work harder, because there's always someone that's working harder than you.
Good, D. Dylan?
Mine would probably be don't get too high on yourself, and also don't get too low on yourself. Just stay the course.
Thanks, you guys. Gentlemen, you've been awesome. It's been a real joy to be able to spend some time with you this afternoon. Can't wait to get you guys on campus, hopefully a few times this summer as we open things up, and then of course in the fall, and getting you guys all moved in. Don't repeat this. You guys are a much better looking group than the freshmen we had last year, but don't tell those guys as sophomores. They'll be all upset. Although I'm going to tell you the best part about freshmen is becoming sophomores. So our guys that are now sophomores are glad they're not in your shoes. But you've got a great group of guys to be able to lean on, and they'll lead you well for sure. So looking forward to great things. Thanks so much for your time, Cougar Hoops Nation. Thanks for tuning in to another edition of Cougar Hoops Insider. Have a good one.